I walked into this comparison thinking that I should compare the Galaxy S10e to the iPhone XS. I mean, sure, the price matches the XR, but feature-wise, it seems to be most fit to take on the more expensive XS. But then I realized that that's precisely the reason why this should be a comparison against the iPhone XR. If your budget is $750, which entry-level flagship gives you most for your money? I'm Jaime Rivera with Pocketnow, and let's dive in. Those of you in search for a better phablet comparison, have a look at Joshua Vergara's Galaxy S10 Plus versus iPhone XS Max. This particular comparison is all about devices that aren't at the top of the food chain. Really, all you need to do is stack the Galaxy S10e against the iPhone XR for you to see a completely different approach. While Apple believes that budget-minded consumers prefer larger phones, Samsung addresses the desire of many in offering a powerful flagship that can fit in your hand. The iPhone XR is 9mm taller, 6mm wider, 4mm thicker, and a whopping 44 grams heavier. Yeah, 44. They're both made of aluminum and glass, so don't attribute the added heft to any sort of higher quality materials. The XR is pretty much like the Galaxy S10e. Things keep getting interesting when you compare displays. The Galaxy S10e is able to cram a large 5.8-inch display into its footprint, while the added size of the iPhone doesn't see its screen go beyond 6.1 inches. This is mainly due to the more advanced dynamic AMOLED panel on the S10e when compared to the IPS LCD on the XR. The S10e also has more resolution at 1080p+ versus a weird 828p on the XR, has an always-on display versus none, and don't even get me started about the XR's notch. Samsung's Infinity O display isn't just far less intrusive, but also has developed quite the cult following given its awesome wallpapers. Much different than the Galaxy S9 Plus. Both devices have dual-firing speakers, which are plenty loud. I can't say either one wins over the other, but the S10e includes a headphone jack, so I will give it the content consumption crown. Really applies to large hands like mine. And if we jump into internals, this is another Galaxy territory. Both do tie with their powerful 7nm processors, but the Galaxy S10e starts at double the RAM, double the storage that's also expandable, has a better IP rating, has a slightly larger battery, includes faster charging in the box, supports the latest Wi-Fi standards, has more LTE bands, etc, etc, etc. Even if we were to measure authentication, sure, the iPhone XR includes Apple's famous Face ID, which is far more secure than Samsung's Face Unlock, but those of you looking for a more conventional fingerprint scanner, the side-mounted option on the S10e is quite awesome. When it comes to hardware, sure, the iPhone XR is no slouch, but there is not one category where it defeats the Galaxy S10e. Now, software is a different story that's less quantifiable and more of a subjective matter of taste. iOS 12 may not be everyone's cup of tea, but buying an iPhone offers the significant value of not letting customers wait for software updates. It's also easier to use for most consumers, with a simple app launching paradigm, and one of the most complete ecosystems known in the tech industry. Those of you already owning Apple products might as well stick to an iPhone and have a more practical experience. The S10e, on the other hand, brings Samsung's new One UI on top of Android 9 Pie. If I had to pick between them, I prefer Android's more flexible approach. With a launcher you can fill with either apps or widgets, or fully change altogether. I also have to praise Samsung's new approach where buttons are now moved to the bottom for better one-handed use. I even love the fact that the Edge menus are now supported on the S10e even without a curved display. Seriously, the only problem here is that Samsung has one of the worst track records when it comes to software updates. And if you care about ecosystems, Samsung has been hard at work at building its own, but certain products don't really talk between each other as well as they do on iOS. Now, the experience of both is quite comparable. Their user interfaces are both fast and fluid, and so long as you disable Bixby Home on the Galaxy, you'll find no opportunities for stutters on either device. I find One UI to be more logical from a user's perspective, but there are some things where iOS shines, like in not showing your notifications until your face is detected, and where the Galaxy still doesn't offer this. Now, where the iPhone XR beats the pants out of the Galaxy S10e is in battery life. See, the S10e is good, you will get through the day, but then the XR has no problem in handling heavy use and giving you enough juice to start the next day if you have to. But then we make the jump into the cameras, and we once again return into Galaxy territory. And really, it's not because it takes better photos than the XR, but instead because it's a more versatile camera. Colors are good on both, with each device having its own kick of HDR boosting the highlights and shadows, and with some really great results. Where the S10e wins is in that added wide-angle lens, giving you more epic shots whenever you need them. It also enables more accurate portraits with the advantage of either fully removing the background blur in post or adding extra effects, and where the XR has some good results, but you have to either pick portraits or not. This also gives the S10e the added benefit when doing video. Both devices are capable of 4K video at 60 and other tricks, and stabilization is great on either. The S10e just has the option of helping you switch to a wider lens when you need to, which also enables a super steady video option at 1080p that's nearly gimbal-like. And then I also have to praise the S10e for its selfie video given its better crop, and the option to record 4K video, where the XR is still stuck at 1080p. And even selfies in general are more pleasing on the S10e given the added resolution. The XR has the benefit of more accurate portraits, but that's really about it. To conclude, I think you can tell where the theme of this video is heading to. The iPhone XR is not a bad phone. If you're looking for a less expensive iPhone XS, this device hits a lot of buttons right for those of you looking for a smaller price tag. The problem is, once you stack the XR against almost any Android flagship, even at lower tier prices. The Galaxy S10e is easier to handle, has a far better display, better specifications, and it includes features in the camera that the XR just can't beat. If your budget is around $750, this is honestly the better buy. It's clear that Samsung is not just out to compete, but also in redefining how much you get for what you pay for when it comes to the essentials. What about you? Which one would you pick out of these two? Chime in the comments, and while you're at it, make sure you follow us on social media and subscribe to both our channels, English and Spanish, for more videos like this one. You can follow me on Twitter, Jaime_Rivera, on Instagram at Jaime Rivera. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I'm Jaime Rivera. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.